as Luara and I know, and perhaps you out there in somewhere land know, I've done about 8 paintings so far of Luara. One right here, and it's with the exception of paintings of myself, as in self-portraits, and paintings of my father, I've painted Luara more than anyone I've ever painted.
I'm honored.
As you should be. And so I thought it'd be fun to just sort of talk about it. So a couple things. Of the 8, which is your favorite?
All right. I would just say about it, like, aesthetically.
Right.
Okay, in the sense of aesthetics, I would say that the Merlot.
Okay.
It's my favorite one, aesthetically speaking, because I have also the emotionally ones that I prefer.
But okay, aesthetically for that one. Okay, and emotionally, what?
Emotionally, I would say I love one of your last works at the Met with the hummingbird.
Yeah, yes, and I told you the title of that painting is sort of a play on words because it was this 19th century American artist named Martin Johnson Heade, and he went to Brazil,
Yeah.
and he did this whole series of paintings of hummingbirds, and he called it Gems of Brazil, and so I gave the title for the painting was Gems of Brazil, as a double entendre referring to that series, and that Luara is from Brazil, so it's sort of a gem from Brazil. And I remember you told me this, it's one of the extremely few things I know how to say in Portuguese, is beija-flor?
Beija-flor,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, which I thought is such a wonderfully poetic word. And
Yeah, it's a bird that kisses the flower.
You can tell me.
Oh yeah, it meaning that it's a bird that kisses the flower. So,
yeah. So there's a wonderfully poetic term, but
yeah, that's exactly it. I felt that it was very poetic. The whole thing was very poetic.
Absolutely. So in this one actually is it's sort of a study for me. So for me, it's rough. The term is alla prima. It's just one layer of paint. As opposed to most of my paintings, which are about 3 or 4 layers. And I still can't decide. If various options, I'll ask you guys. I'm either going to leave it like this, give a couple more layers to make it more my usual polished, or leave this like this and do like sort of a larger version of it, more polished. So we shall see. So
it's still possible to add layers after.
Sure. With oil painting, the good and bad is that you can keep working on it, layer and layer. So there have been cases of people like working on paintings for 20 years. So I try to avoid that. But I can just keep adding a little
Nice.
But I sort of like the fact that. When it's, again, this term alla prima, 1 layer or 2 layers, it has a certain freshness or spontaneity that sometimes gets lost if you, keep adding and refining and polishing, etc. So what are the questions about? So I'm just curious, when you show the paintings to people the paintings of you, how do they react generally?
Everybody's trying to check if it's a picture.
A photograph.
That is really people getting closer and closer and closer, and people are very impressed and very amazed by your work always.
Okay.
And they're very happy about the fact that they have someone they know that was painted by Max Ferguson. They're very proud of it.
Okay. And then just briefly, how we got started on this was that the first time Luara was in New York, I took some photographs of her at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and I guess it was 6 months or a year later, whatever. There was this one of her in front of a Vermeer, and so I did this painting, and it came out great. And then again, it was just sort of an offhanded thing. And then I started doing more, etc. And so it's become this ongoing series.
I have a question. Which one was
the woman in red? What is your question?
Which one was the most difficult one?
I'd say either. Now I'm thinking of 3. Okay, either the last finished one I did, which is of you at the Met, with the several paintings you refer to, because it was sort of like, it was from a lot of different photographic studies, and it was hard putting it all together. That was hard. Then the one, I've done 3 of Luara at the Village Vanguard, this jazz club in New York, and the big one I did of you, where it's like a whole scene, because it was very, from, not to get too complicated, but it's a point of view from depth, because like you're seeing her, but then there's a mirror behind her, then you're seeing me in a bar behind that. So that was very difficult and challenging, sort of bringing it all together. And the one of you with coffee, which I like a lot, is the floor was just extremely difficult.
I really like that one too.
Thank you.
Yeah. But it's a shop that closed.
Yeah. Well, one of the themes of my work is that, you know, trying to sort of focus on nicer, older things in New York that unfortunately are disappearing quickly. So I've often thought of like going around to these old shops and getting protection money, that they should pay me to not paint them, because often when I paint them they disappear. But hopefully you will not disappear. I don't think you're going to be evicted.
Whoa, I never thought about that.
Well, I am sort of the kiss of death, but hopefully not with you.
Okay.
So maybe we'll delete that part. So now there was something else I just was going to ask you or say about the series. One thing that's very nice, because I've, again, I work from photographic studies, because unfortunately Luara can't sit here for 3 months as I'm painting her. I take these photographs, and so at this point, because I've taken, let's say thousands, probably thousands of photographs of Luara, you know, we've gotten into sort of like an easy routine where we sort of know what each other wants. So sort of like the in joke is when I'm taking pictures, I just say to Laura, the usual, and she knows to, you know, turn here, turn there, look down, etc.
And what is your favorite? Of all the series?
Favorite. Well, I could do the stupid cliche artist response, my next one, I do really like the first one, that one of you with the Vermeer at the Met. That's that's just, I don't know, maybe because it was the first one. I don't know. I do really like the ones I did at you at the Village Vanguard Jazz Club, like the one you mentioned, Merlot. I think that sort of has a nice.
It was full of details, that one, and especially the one where you appear with the glass and everything. The one you.
I was actually referring to the. Was that the one you mentioned when you said your favorite was Merlot?
No.
Okay. So yeah.
But it's full of details. That one.
Yeah. So the 3 I did for, like the Kochek Girl, the Merlot, and the I think it was called Closing Time. Those I'm certainly fond of, and. I don't know. There's just, as I say, she's a good model. I enjoy working with her, and hold on a second. And then also I always sort of feel nice when those paintings get reproduced, like in magazines or book covers, whatever, and I can, you know, show them to you. So that's fun.
I'm famous.
And so at some point I do really want to have sort of instead of having a whole one man show or one woman show, all the paintings. I've done Laura sort of, you know, bringing them all together and having an exhibition, but we'll see. Hopefully the road is long.